not the one I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Let's do a little bit of test. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Oh, I should probably mute this. That way it won't cause some feedback. Let's see. Okay, that sounds good. All right. Go right here, and I don't think I have anything else open, just the chat. Okay. And I guess I can take off my headset since I'm not going to be watching a video. And let me see. Okay, that's muted, so. Well, if you've just tuned in, hello, my name is Ian, and welcome to another Hangout stream where I look back on the last Zian Plays I did, which recently is, hold on. I have to really be careful when the microphone is here. I tried changing a few settings within the audio mixer here so that it won't unplug on me. Hopefully that will be the case. So let's hope it stays. Anyways, let's go here. Yeah. Here it is. My incomplete Let's Play of Zian Plays Chrono Cross for the original PlayStation, which I even forewarned those who stumbled across this particular live stream video when I said that I can't beat Chrono Cross. Yeah, so you've been warned. You have been warned. And there are a few reasons as to why I couldn't complete Chrono Cross, and I'll get to that as soon as we make it to the tail end over here. So let's start off with reading the description for this playthrough, which is in air quotes. My 13th playthrough for this channel, Zian Plays Chrono Cross for the original PlayStation. A sequel to one of the greatest games of all time for many an old school gamer. I, for one, am not a fan of Chrono Trigger, so I decided to play this game thinking that I would love it more. Full disclosure, I loved the majority on what the game offered, from the graphics, the music, and the gameplay. I was really looking forward to playing more. Sadly, let's just say that this experience didn't last long, and it did not. So, before I do this, let's go ahead and, yeah. Microphone, yep. All right, let's go ahead and go through. Surprisingly, the opening, a lot of people watched. I mean, I'm sure there are other people on YouTube that have uploaded the opening for this game and they've watched it plenty of times. So, yeah, I mean, I like the opening theme. I'll have to listen to it again soon. So, anyways, after that, then we start this playthrough off with naming our main character, but I went with the default name Surge, and we were immediately put into this one dungeon where I guess we were about to meet up with Lynx. And I guess every time you start up a new game, a different third character joins your party. I could have sworn there was one character there was one character that was in my party on my first attempt, and then on my second attempt, it was someone else, which that really confused me. And then I've learned a little bit after recording that episode that it doesn't really matter who's in your party, just play your game as normal. So I pretty much just did that. But anyways, after that, we are then taken to the beginning of the game in Arnie Village, which is a very cozy coastal village. Get to know the inhabitants around the area. Everyone seems to be doing pretty fine in this village overall. And then I had to do some errands for Lena here because I woke up and didn't meet with her as soon as possible. So she gave me the punishment of finding dragon scales at Lizard Rock, and then we met up at Opasa Beach. And for some reason, Surge experienced some type of vision, and that had him passed out. But after that, Lena was gone. and an old woman found us and told us that we were the only ones here, which that was confusing. So we went back to Arnie Village, and turns out nobody, not even Lena, knows who we are. And they told Serge that the real Serge died 10 years previously, and you could find his grave all the way up at Cape Howell. And so we did. Then, after reviewing the grave, which was for sure Serge's grave, a few men came out of nowhere and wanted to take Serge to their leader, but not before Kid jumps into the picture and tags along with us to defeat these men. And so she told us that we'll have to go to Termina since a few people are in connection with her, and there may be some answers over there. So we went there, and again, not before making a small trip to Fossil Valley. You have to cross Fossil Valley in order to get to Termina, but yeah. I probably should have traversed Fossil Valley, the majority of it, when I had the chance, but well. But anyways, we make it all the way to Termina, and yeah, not a really bad town, although there are some questionable shopkeepers within the area, as told by one particular person who travels by boat within the town named Korcha. And yeah, I'll always remember this episode where I put up the Rush Hour 3 movie clip. I mean, I am you and she is me. Come on, the joke was there. Yeah. We recruited one third-party member named Wheel. However, it took me a while to find. Yeah, it's weird. I knew that you had to ask Korcha to sail us by boat to get to Viper Manor, which is where we needed to go. But he told us that unless you have someone who knows the layout of Viper Manor, then it's pretty much impossible to traverse it through. Microphone's still on. And so it took quite a long while, but we did speak with Gweel before, but that was it. So we spoke with him again after that long while, and yeah, we recruited him as a third-party member. And so we made our way to Viper Manor by sneaking our way into it by climbing on the cliffside all the way to the top, defeated the front security, and yeah, it was nighttime. There were spotlights, which we dodged all of it, but we also took advantage of fighting every guard seen on the premises. And then we had to find a key to get into the manor, and there was a shack somewhere within the manor, and we played a little bit of minigame where we fed the dragons. That was an odd one, but I probably could have fed 100 dragons. I get the feeling I might have been good for that task, but anyways, we got that key, and we made our way inside the Viper Manor, but we accidentally caught ourselves in some type of trap. And then we defeated the security guards surrounding the cage, and we are in disguise. And we searched through everywhere, and I wasn't really finding any clues in this area, so it took me a while to figure out what I was supposed to do. And then, off camera, I spoke with these guards right here that were guarding the vault. And this game has a unique mechanic in regards to how dialogue works. If you talk with one person one time, that's not the end of the conversation. You have to talk with them again in order to get the full conversation. Sometimes maybe even the third time. But I realized that once you talk with the guards the second time, then they give you a question of some sorts. And if you guess the right answer, you can enter to the vault to see if you're the real security guard or soldiers in this matter. It took me a while to figure out the answer. However, thanks to me taking that while and not pressing a button, that was the right answer. Silence. There's meta, and then there's that. No one is that meta, but anyways, that led us inside the vault, and we went through it and got ourselves into a trap again. We got caught in the cage in the next room over, which was needed to get past this guard. And we made our way. And we traveled more in Viper Manor. We met with a Harlequin. After that, we met with one other old person. and we fought with one girl. Uh, I forgot what her name is, but anyways, after defeating her, we were given a little bit of lesson concerning multiple dimensions and the sorts. And then after that, we met with Lynx, which is actually the person Kid has connections with. But after that, we were cornered next to a balcony, and Lynx ends up throwing a knife at Kid, and she falls over the balcony. And Surge, not going to surrender himself to Lynx, jumps off the balcony after Kid. Then after that, Korcha took us all to Gold Dove. Sorry, I had a notification on my phone warning me about potential severe thunderstorms within the area. Thank you very much. Anyways, we made it all the way to Gold Dove, and it seems like Kid is doing all right. However, she passes out again because the knife that Lynx threw at her was a poison dagger, and she is slowly dying from the effects of the poison. And unless we find Hydra humor, then she'll succumb to the poison. And let's see. I remember fully well that, like, while I was traveling the overworld before then, I knew a marsh with the title of Hydra existed, so that put my brain two and two. But before that, we spoke with the shaman of this place and told us about that Hydras existed, but now they're extinct. However, there might be a chance that we can jump through a certain type of dimension in order to get to a Hydra, and that kind of intrigued me, even though it kind of flew over my head. So we made it all the way to Hydra Marsh, and traverse until we get to this one branch, and it kept whipping Surge. And since that took a long while off camera, I talked with one NPC around the area through a double conversation, and he told me that dwarves used to live here, and they would control these branches without even lifting a finger. So once I learned that we need to find a dwarf, I tried looking for him, and it took me an awful long while. And then that's when I've learned that after talking with the shaman back at Gold Dove, then that's when the bar in Gold Dove opens up, which, again, before seeing Kid on the doctor's bed and following the doctor and trying to go inside that bar, I couldn't, because after a conversation between the doctor and the barmaid, I couldn't go in there. Surge himself said, let's just leave them alone for a while. There wasn't an indication that the bar could be entered inside after talking with the shaman. No one said anything, no hints whatsoever. So yeah, once I've learned that that could be entered, there was a dwarf, and I talked with him twice, and he gave me this one item I needed in order to control the branches within Hydra Marsh. Okay, microphone's still working. And so I'm able to control the branch, traverse more of Hydra Marsh, forgetting that I need to find the Hydra humor. I fought with two enemies deep within the marsh, and there was a treasure, and I got an item from the treasure, and I thought I found the item and that would end that quest, and that wasn't it. So I tried traversing this marsh afterwards, off camera, only to not find any clues whatsoever. And yeah, I couldn't solve this for the life of me. And thanks to me almost using a guide, I decided to end this playthrough from there, because I know using a guide would not make a good first impressions of a Let's Play. So I ended up making a video afterwards, which was originally going to be called, officially, I am not a fan of the Chrono series, but that wouldn't be fair considering that there are quite a lot of things I did like about Chrono Cross. Had the progression system be better, and had I not have some problems here and there outside of Let's Playing, I probably would have completed Chrono Cross without much of an issue. But thanks to certain factors, yeah, I can't beat Chrono Cross in my current state of mind. It just is what it is. And, I was actually kind of expected maybe one person or two would unsubscribe to me, which kind of reminds me of when I first played Chrono Trigger a long time ago. I remember when I made that I'm quitting video, one person unsubscribed to me. That was the only worst of it. But thankfully, not a single thumbs down from that video. And same thing with this. Nothing really changed much, and quite a few people have come to a complete understanding, which I guess I could see this as a bright side, because the type of audience I want by the end of the day are like-minded adults that respect each other and have a very good understanding as to how most people work. So at least there's that. But yeah, where I am right now, I can't beat Chrono Cross the way I am right now. So it kind of makes me want to do a live stream series called what was it called? Understanding, like figuring out Chrono Cross. That would be the series, but I think I might save that after I get every game out of the way that's scheduled to be played. So I am currently working on Zian Plays Tales of Exilia, but lately I haven't really been motivated to hit the record button and set up my equipment. So I only have 7 episodes made. In fact, let me open this up. Go here, go here, go here, go here. Yeah, here's episode 8. It's waiting to be edited, and I don't have the motivation to edit it right now. So, how long was this? 23 minutes. Not bad. Okay. Let's open up Streamlabs and actually switch perspectives, because I do kind of want to talk about certain things happening. So let's switch perspectives and just enjoy the scenery in this game right here, which is Kena Bridge of Spirits for the PlayStation 3. So let me move my mic. That way I can get it into a comfortable position. Yeah. And let's do that. I wonder if this is going to be doable. Like, can I do that? Go here and turn off the controller. No, I have to leave it on. Darn it. Okay, fine. Have it your way. But yeah, this is, like I've mentioned, Kena Bridge of Spirits. Last year during my video game collection live stream, and saying that I was stuck on a boss and I've been putting this game off because of it. Well, thankfully, I have since defeated that boss, and boy, that was satisfying. Now I can beat him without breaking a sweat. But yeah, I am close to the end of the game. I have one more task to do, and I don't think it's fighting a boss. I think I fought the last boss of the game, so yeah. I'm completing a few optional tasks. This game introduces trials, which are unlocked after defeating major storyline bosses. Those tasks are pretty ridiculous. You refight the boss again, but you are given certain difficult tasks, like defeat this boss in under 3 minutes, or don't use any health flowers that are scattered throughout the battle arena. The last series of tasks this game gives you are very, very awful. Throughout the entire game, whenever you fight a major boss, it's usually just that one boss, maybe with the occasional minion here and there, but it's not too difficult. You can get around to it. This particular task has you fighting up against 2 enemies, like 2 bosses. They are difficult. Very, very difficult enemies. And the fact that they pit me up against two of them at the same time, my goodness. And the tasks that they want me to do was shoot a hat off of a warrior and parry an explosive arrow back to a flying enemy. I can get those two tasks. I can get those two tasks done almost without much effort. Shooting the hat off of the warrior enemy is way too difficult. I think it's RNG at the end of the day. Some battles you can shoot it off with one arrow, other battles it takes 10 arrows. Yeah. Yeah, this game has a lot of quirkiness within its janky gameplay, but yeah, apart from the trials, this game is a pretty great game. And since I'm close to the end of it, I've heard that the sequel is coming out on PlayStation 5 soon, and I can't wait to pick that up. I actually do like this game more than enough to play its sequel. I like the shots. There we go. But yeah, that's where I am right now in Chrono Bridge of Spirits. So yeah. Anyways, well, before I start talking, I'm not trying to stall. Just want to make sure everything's working here. I'm only 28 minutes in. I guess I can close this. I'm going to be watching one guy's archive of Chrono Bridge of Spirits soon, just to make sense of the mechanics in this game. So yeah. Anyways, while you enjoy looking at the scenery that is Chrono Bridge of Spirits, I guess I'll talk about a few things that has been going on in my mind recently through the best of my abilities. So I guess I'll start this with a question. Have you ever one day while you're at your job, you've like countless stupid things happen while you're working, and that pretty much soured your mood all the way to the very end of quitting time, and you go home and you want to vent your frustrations to people that you live with, only for them to not ricochet back, but they in their own way pretty much tell you that that's part of the job, and then they in turn talk about their day at full length. And then here's another question. Have you ever had a hobby that you're very, very passionate about that you want to talk about with the people around you? Again, only for them to not really show much of an interest, and then they talk about their hobbies at full length to you. To put it in comparison, sometimes whenever I talk about something, it usually lasts maybe a good couple of minutes, and then they in turn talk about what they like, probably at most 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but that's what it feels like to me. Yeah, whoops, did not mean to do that. Sorry, Kana. Sit back down with your rots, please. I should probably just sit my controller down, so I'll just place it behind me. But yeah, that was pretty much a problem for me during my Let's Play of Eternal Sonata, and then in turn kind of affected the way I worked on Chrono Cross, and then I'm making sure it doesn't seep it into Tales of Exillia. Yeah. The way I see things, my emotional needs aren't being met. It's like it's expected that I just go through every day like this. That I'm just here. And forgive me for not speaking soon, since I'm trying to think carefully before I say things. In fact, some of the one-off live action videos I produce, like that roadblock within Chrono Cross video. That video itself behind the scenes took me 20 minutes because the good majority of the time I stayed silent because I was trying to think of the next set of sentences that I want to say at that moment. So yeah, like, it also doesn't help that people around me have their issues and they also talk to great lengths about what's going on with them, which has me feeling like that not inadequate and definitely not unimportant, but definitely insignificant. Like, there's no room for me to express what I'm feeling at the moment. And then there's that one moment where I had, I'm not sure if epiphany is the right word, but it pretty much answered a good chunk of my frustrations with life at the moment. And once I realized that, things start making sense to me. Unfortunately, me having a good understanding as to what my answer is doesn't really fix the issue. Because it got me thinking, like, okay, not a lot of people, like, whenever people ask me how I'm doing, I usually just say, I'm alright, or I'm good, even though deep down that's kind of a lie, because I'm trying to hide what I'm truly feeling, and then they start talking about their day. Deep down, I've been feeling really, really angry, extremely upset, annoyed. More often than not, I just go into my room and try playing the games that I like playing and write certain story entries in my book, although even then that's becoming hard. In fact, quite recently, more often than not, whenever I come home from work and after maybe not having dinner, I go to my room and just sit there, not doing anything. Absolutely nothing. And going back to people not having that same interest when it comes to my hobbies, I remember when I finished Eternal Sonata, yeah, I yelled a great deal when facing up against, what's his name? Count Waltz and Corrupt Legato. Yeah, I yelled. And then, after getting all that done and calming down after, I exited my room and someone told me, man, you yell very loud. I would say that's part of the gaming experience, but then again, I think to myself, I get the feeling that they probably think that's not healthy. I mean, I always think to myself, if they were in my shoes playing the game, they would react the same way I do. And if they're better at the game than I am, then heck, I'd applaud. They can do something that I can't. And then there's one other thing that pretty much plagued my mindset in regards to what I'm trying to accomplish here as a Let's Player. Most of you know this. If me saying faith and congregation wasn't anything to go by, yes, I am a Christian. I do believe in God. And the way I've been taught pretty much makes me the type of person I am. And there's that one event within Jesus' life, talking to his followers on the Sermon on the Mount. And while he did list a few, like a good, I think almost all of the law at the time during that era, he also laid out principles behind the meanings of those laws. For example, he mentions, he's like, in the law it says that you must not commit adultery. But I say to you that any person looking to someone as to have a passion already committed adultery in the heart. I'm like, okay, yeah, that I could definitely see. And then there's one law where he mentions that you must not commit murder. But he says to everyone that I'm paraphrasing here, but I'm also trying to remember to the best of my abilities something along the lines of you must not dislike dislike or hate anyone around you, because you go around deep down despising someone. Pretty much in effect that also makes you a murderer, which I'll admit there's at least one family member or two that I do not see myself getting along with at all, which pretty much hit close in my heart. And then there's one story concerning King Solomon where even he realizes that even throughout the years where and I'm not sure if you could hear him, but my brother's home and he's loud again, but that's fine. They can't hear me anyways. But anyways, during King Solomon's days, even he realizes that throughout all the years of hard work with his own hands, even he realizes that it was all for nothing, that it was just worthless. Which got me thinking about what I'm trying to accomplish here on YouTube. That was pretty much the biggest heartache I have ever felt in my life. The closest that I've ever felt was back when I was 19, when I immaturely cut contact with someone that was close to me at the time. Yeah. Pretty much thanks to that, thankfully I talked with someone within my family that's more of a expert concerning these stories within Bible times, and she knows how to discuss certain principles behind certain lessons. So thanks to that, I've been able to get a proper understanding as to what certain things mean. So I can look at what I'm trying to do on YouTube as something that, while I'm at the end of the day, I'm not trying, like she says, as long as it doesn't interfere with what you're doing as a Christian brother, then really it's not bad. So yeah, at the end of the day, even if things do work out on YouTube, I don't do YouTube to get rich. Just like, that's what YouTube wants me to be at the end of the day. They want me to be rich. That way, in turn, it makes them into billionaires. That's not what I want. Just like a job, I just want something that I can get by on, because this is something I like doing. I've been gaming since I was 5. This is something that YouTube is something that I wanted to do ever since I was 16. bought my first laptop with my allowance money, and little by little tried getting proper equipment to even start this up. I was initially wanting to start this as soon as I turned 18, but I had to wait a few years until things were properly bought with my own money. But yeah, quite a lot of negative feelings throughout my time trying to do all this. And I guess it doesn't help that, going back to Kena Bridge of Spirits, I mean, I tried playing this game yesterday, trying to defeat the trials concerning those two ultra hard bosses. I'm playing on the normal difficulty, by the way, and they are giving me trouble. And yes, I did react to my failures with fits of anger and have yelled, which reminds me of when I was a young kid. I'm just acting like a baby playing these games. Here I thought that I've improved enough to where I can play these games without letting my emotions get the better of me. Turns out I'm wrong. I mean, Kena Bridge of Spirits in and of itself is a Souls-like game, which is something I didn't see coming when I first played it. But I thought it was going to be a collectathon specifically for teenagers. No, it is a Souls-like game that's rated teen. Yeah. I mean, quite a lot of games have some frustrations. I mean, the original PlayStation 2 version of Owensphere, that was frustrating. I mean, yeah. Chrono Trigger was frustrating, but that's only because there are some gameplay design decisions I didn't agree with. Dark Cloud was frustrating at first, but that's only because I didn't understand the synth sphere aspect of it. Thankfully, I did that stream last summer with full understanding as to how that game works now. I mean, Eternal Sonata, that was awful. That was awful. So, yeah. And there was also certain things about myself that, I mean, to put it in perspective, I've mentioned in Final Fantasy IX that I'm friends with women than I am with men. Although, to be fair, that's by happenstance. The last few places I've worked at, the majority of them do comprise of women than men. Not a whole lot of men last long there. And even at my current job now, there are a few men within my group of coworkers, but they're much older and they have their own tasks they do. I'm the only young man within the group. And every once in a while, whenever they need, I mean, you already know how I look. I'm very skinny. But sometimes they need a little bit of extra quote-unquote muscle in order to carry a few furnitures around here and there. Sometimes they do a playful teasing on me by saying, when they don't need me, then they tease me about not needing a man. But when they do need a man, then that's when they're all like, play nice. Yeah. Yeah. I hate being a man and every expectation that comes with it. It's like they take one good look at you and they expect you to be something. I don't like the attitudes of men. I don't like muscle. I don't find it appealing. I hate facial hair. And I'm not a fan of raising my voice, even if certain situations might call for it. And I'm sure this certain detail applies to everyone, but I purposely find employment that works within buildings. I don't like working outside. Yeah. This also comes back to Jesus' teachings on the Sermon on the Mount by saying, if you, I forget which law this is, but he explains in the principle that a person who doesn't provide for his family is worse than the person who lacks faith. There are some I do provide. I do take a few of my family members out shopping because some of them can't drive. I mean, there are reasons to not drive. My youngest sister says she doesn't, she can't see herself being responsible for someone while driving. That's just a little bit too much for her. And the very fact that there are a lot of bad drivers out there, yeah, I don't blame her for not wanting to drive at all. But upon hearing that principle, more often than not for the past couple of months, it had me calling myself the scum of the earth. From the outside, people say that I do a good job, and they like me being there, and they want me to continue to keep doing what is good and just continue to do what I like. I mean, the opening for Tales of Exilia will be released anyways, and that gives the indication that I will come back eventually. For those of you who haven't seen my previous streams, after a few videos will be released this week, and after when I do that 1 year later live stream, which I think might be null and void considering I'm doing this. But yeah, that might be null and void. Null and void. I think after this, I might view my entire channel and then call it quits sometime later tonight. But yeah, after the next few videos this week, which the last video you'll see will be the opening for Tales of Exilia, I'm going to take a step back from YouTube for maybe a month or two, just to reevaluate and have my mind focus and improve. That way I can come back in better spirits. It also works with what I'm currently doing at my job. For example, every darn year they throw professional development down my throat through a series of emails, so I have to do that. So yeah, I'll have to do that. I've got a few read scriptures I need to do at the congregation, so I need to mentally and spiritually prepare myself for whenever. In fact, my next assignment will be this week, so I have to really prepare myself for it. It's 14 verses. It's quite a long read. And there's quite a few phrases and sentence structures that I don't... It's funny. The way it's written isn't the way I would speak. Yeah, whenever I'm reading it, in my mind I read it differently, and when I say it out loud, it feels weird. Very, very weird. So, yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much... I don't want to end. I don't want to end the stream soon, but that's pretty much what's been going on right now. I thought, I mean, nobody asked for it, but I thought a little bit of explanation would be enough to have a good understanding. I mean, like I said earlier, it seems like people of respect and equal understanding is showing up here and there. So, yeah. You know, originally I was going to boot up Horizon Zero Dawn Complete and look at the mountain regions as Aloy, but I already had the PlayStation 5 hooked up, so I figured Kena Bridge of Spirits would be the best to show here. Well, let's see. "53 minutes. I guess I might as well update the title, since I did talk about things. There we go. Just in case if people do pop up later. And by pop up, I mean view this stream later. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing good. It's been a hot day today, but I've stayed mostly indoors, only doing a small errand outside. But I've spent the majority of the day inside. I hope it's really not hot where any of you live. We've had heat advisories for the past couple of weeks, man. It's not fun. In fact, we mowed our yard Thursday afternoon in spite of the warning. I mean, I had to get it out of the way because, for one thing, I wanted Saturdays to be just rest and relaxing days off instead of working on things. And not only that, I mentioned earlier that I've had severe thunderstorm warnings on my phone. There might be a few thunderstorms today, so yeah. No one's on, but I think that might have to do with the fact that not everyone's got good internet, which is something I need to keep in mind, considering before switching to a fiber connection, I had bad internet quite a lot of times, more often than not. So, yeah. Oh, it's especially bad. It's especially bad considering the current state of gaming right now. Man. Cutting off the option to play physical games in favor of digital, even though a good majority of mankind can't play digital. That's ridiculous. I wasn't kidding when I said I think it was during the 10-year look back at ZNRPG, where I said that the last Sony console I'll ever buy in my life is the PlayStation 5. Yeah, I think I still stand by that. And even though it's got a rough start, why do I get the feeling that one day I might end up buying a Switch too, despite the fact that I didn't bother buying the original Switch? I mean, at most, it probably might be a Xenoblade and Smash Brothers machine. Although my brother wants to play the latest Pokemon game, so that'd be an interesting watch. I wonder. I had a message this morning, and I'm not sure if... Yeah, they're probably asleep. I also wonder if I have people watch me from other parts of the world. That'd be interesting. Oh yeah, this is another thought I had in regards to what's been affecting my mind recently. One person told me that, like, I've noticed that some people watch a certain episode of mine more than others because they theorize that people watch me because they want to see me what's the phrase they want to see someone having a hard time and suffer. The whole point of me playing the games isn't to have a bad time. It's to see whether or not I'll like the game. It just so happens that Eternal Sonata wasn't... It just so happens that I didn't like Eternal Sonata because it frustrated me. So, there are plenty of other people on the platform that play video games terribly. Watch them. Don't watch me. But yeah, I think I'll take my break from YouTube as an opportunity to beat my backlog. Like, like you see, I'm back to playing Kena Bridge of Spirits. I'm close to beating it. I also started playing Mischief Makers for the Nintendo 64, which, man, those controls, they're unique, but man, they are bizarre. I mean, I've heard it's not that long a game, so I probably might beat it sooner rather than later. What else? There are quite a lot of platformers I have on the PlayStation 2 that I should play, since they don't take that long to complete. What else? I should play Resonance of Fate more. But yeah, quite a lot to catch up in regards to my backlog. In fact, man, hearing that announcement of Sony killing off disc production in the near future, I decided to buy the remaining PlayStation 5 games, any video game for that matter, on eBay. So I bought 3 recently: Scarlet Nexus, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Tales of Arise for the PlayStation 5. That way Sony does not get the cut of my money. Scarlet Nexus is being sent as we speak. Tales of Arise, I'm waiting until it's with its carrier, but it hasn't been shipped yet. I'm still waiting to hear what's going on with Ghostwire. Ghostwire is the one game I've been eyeing on for several years at this point. Before Tales of the Arise, before buying Tales of Arise, I was eyeing on Valkyrie Elysium. Why I wanted to buy that game, I have no idea, since I don't like the Valkyrie Profile series, but seeing as how Valkyrie Elysium is an action RPG, I think I can stomach that. While I do like the mechanics of both Valkyrie Profiles 1 and 2, eventually enemies start becoming damage sponges, and that becomes less fun as you keep going. Yeah, no thank you. Haven't played Covenant of the Plume yet. I heard it's a strategy RPG, so maybe I can get through it fine. And let's see. I do know that there are a couple of games missing from each of my PlayStation collection. After getting those, eventually, they will be complete. For my PlayStation 2 side of things, the only 2 games, okay, technically 3, but I'm not going to get Dot Hack Quarantine anytime soon. That's expensive. I think I already have Dot Hack's Infection, Mutation, and Outbreak backed up on my computer, as well as its DVD, as well as Liminality on DVD. I have that backed up on my computer. So if I want to, I could just give those games away. But apart from Quarantine, which again I'll never get, I think like the only 2 games left in my PlayStation 2 collection is Sly 2, Honor Among Thieves, and Tales of Legendia. Once I get those 2 games, then my PlayStation 2 collection will be complete. For the PlayStation 3 side of things, the only game that's really missing is Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus. After getting that, then that part of the collection will be complete. For the PlayStation 4, the only game that I can think of at the top of my head right now that's missing is the latest Kingdom Hearts game, Melody of Memory, even though I know it's going to be a rhythm game. Once I get that, then my PlayStation 4 collection will be considered complete. Then the only 2 I'll have to worry about is the PlayStation 5 and the original PlayStation, which again, I'm just going to buy my games on eBay. The last time I went to a game store, they didn't have what I was looking for. And whatever they did have, I already have. So, yeah. For the Nintendo side of things, I think I'm content with the Nintendo side of things. So I'm just right now focusing on the PlayStation side of things. And I also need to buy additional storage for my PlayStation 5. I only have like 282 gigs left of free space. I'm hoping that the last batch of PlayStation 5 games I'll buy are small enough. They're probably not going to be. Although then again, I've been gifted my brother's coworker's computer, and that has an M.2 that might be compatible with the PlayStation 5, which means he's going to hate this, but I think I might use that just to save a couple of $100. Hey, I love stretching my dollars, so... In fact, I think he got that from his coworker for free, so really, he shouldn't complain. I'm reminded of when I first upgraded my PlayStation 4. What was it? My brother had a SATA SSD for his computer, but it wouldn't work on his laptop. So he just gave it to me for free. He's like, you can use it however you like. And I'm like, what else can I use it for? And before finishing that sentence, a thought popped into my mind. I'm like, wait, I could upgrade my PlayStation 4. Actually, no, not my PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 3. I was in the process of modding that console. Eventually, I did upgrade my PlayStation 4, and boy, it's night and day when playing games through that type of storage. Fast loading. Yeah. Never going back. Even though everyone is a spirit in the world of Cain of Bridge of Spirits, I wouldn't mind living in a setting like this. I get the feeling that the weather isn't bad. It's actually a very good game to roam around. Finding all of the rot within each area. Some of them are very, very, very tricky to find. I guess I'll go ahead and take my water break. I guess I'll play around with the rot here. This is something I do. This is something I've done after defeating a major storyline boss. I just sit around with the rot and do all this. How can you not love this game? But yeah, after getting this game done, I really need to finish Star Ocean: The Divine Force. After that, then I'll play Horizon Forbidden West complete. Actually, going back to what I said about maybe I have viewers that live in other parts of the world, I'm just imagining myself live streaming during the evening, which that won't happen. I need my sleep. I'm just imagining live streaming all evening and then have very interesting people joining the chat room. I'm also imagining them typing in their native language. Hopefully be like music. Music is an international language for everybody. So... yeah, soon I'll have to eat my dinner. Then after that, I think I'll just take one good look at my YouTube channel just to see what I've accomplished throughout the year being here. The year since I've came back. Sorry, I hit the mic with my glasses. Reminds me of my job. I was cleaning a desk and I turned a certain way and I ended up hitting my forehead. Man, that hurt. Oh yeah, I also bought a few video game soundtracks recently. One is the official soundtrack for Final Fantasy IX. I'm actually glad I have that. I also sent my sister the MP3s after ripping it to my computer, since whenever I show her and my other sister my episodes, they like hearing the music. So it's a no-brainer. I mean, I love... Yeah, Final Fantasy IX is by far my favorite Final Fantasy game. I am very glad that I've played it. And the other soundtrack I bought is for Mother, which you may know in America as Earthbound Beginnings, but it's more of a reimagining soundtrack. Like if you're familiar with the track Pollyanna, I Believe in You. Not sure if I should show an example, but I mean, I don't even have the USB plugged into my computer, but yeah, it's got a very late 80s, early 90s feel when you... I actually do like the album very much. Yeah, it's something I've been wanting to get for years at this point, and I finally found it for a good price. So I may buy the Mother 2 soundtrack later on too, just to even things out, since I do love the Mother series, save for 3. Ever since I've accidentally deleted my second external storage, which had the save file for Mother 3, I never really... I didn't have the drive to play Mother 3, since quite a few things about the game did leave me frustrated. However, I've also accidentally deleted my save file for Star Ocean Blue Sphere, which bummed me out. Man, I should get back to playing that game. That game was fun. Very, very fun. Maybe I should start playing more of Star Ocean on my channel after I get everything out of the way. Who knows? It really just depends on what time does for everyone here. You know, with the announcement of GTA 6, I told a few people this, and I'm like, when that game gets released, you bet that anyone trying to make videos that week that isn't that game will be buried underneath all of that news and video coverage. So, yeah. I mean, I was never a fan of Grand Theft Auto. I never really liked the whole premise and what the characters go through just to make the game work. But, well, whatever sells, I guess. Yeah, I think I might jump off and eat dinner in the next 15 minutes. So, speaking of which, I wonder what people would eat in this. I think in the land of Canada Bridges Spirits, I think I've seen a few barrels full of fruit. I mean, I'm sure I'd eat the fruit just to increase my food palette and my taste, no pun intended. But I think I found a few rot in those barrels, or a few random items here and there. So as well as this game's form of, I wouldn't say currency, but it's definitely used to upgrade your arsenal and your abilities. So I also wonder if I should upload the current episodes I have made for Tales of Exilia, or just wait until I have 15 to 20 episodes made. It's going to make the continuity within the episodes weird, since I did mention at the beginning of episode 7 that there is a huge gap between editing and recording an episode. Then again, it probably doesn't matter considering I upload all the episodes every 2 days anyways, so yeah, why not? I guess, well, I've answered my own question. Although with me saying that I'm looking forward to the sequel for this game, does that mean that I'm interested in the other Soulsborne games of the genre? Apart from Bloodborne, no. I don't see myself playing the Dark Souls series. Not even Elden Ring. No, thank you. I'm good. I think I'll just stick with the Kena series and Bloodborne. Again, I only eye on the games that I find interesting, not necessarily the ones that are popular amongst other people. Or even if I do play that game, eventually I'll wait until the hype dies down. I wonder if there's a way to change the frames per second within my capture card preview. Clearly, this game is it's run on performance mode, which means it's 60 frames, but in my capture preview, it's, I wouldn't say squished, it's probably squished frames, but it's definitely not flowing well from the looks of it. It seems like 1080p content can only run at 30 frames and not 60, even though most capture cards advertise otherwise. Who knows, I may have to upgrade my capture card eventually, mainly for PlayStation 5 gameplay and PlayStation 4 gameplay whenever that day comes. I wonder if people stumble across live stream videos from me and thinking I might have schizophrenia. Just talking to no one but myself. It'd be cool if I had the fun type of schizophrenia where I have an imaginary friend that's nice to me. I'd never be bored. Heck, that imaginary friend probably might be a better friend than most. FYI, I do not have schizophrenia at all. I did it again. Dang it. That pop filter is super close to me. I guess going back to the whole YouTube thing, I'm reminded of a few posts I've, posted on my YouTube channel. You know, actually wanting to have a little bit of feedback on whether or not a certain decision might be a good idea or not. And I mean, I do know that most of you do read what's on my post tab, but I don't know. I guess I'm expecting an answer, kind of like that post I made concerning whether or not it's a good idea to make a Twitch channel. I mean, I have done Twitch before, but I've only streamed one thing on there. But that was back in, what, 2019? That's the one thing I did in regards to video production during my hiatus. I forgot about that. And then I deleted that channel for one reason or another. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to keep the conversation going when I'm the only one talking or starting. Kind of the same thing happened in regards to my Discord server. I mean, granted, it was kind of my fault for misinterpreting one person saying something to me. And it took me a couple of months to really figure out and to understand what they really meant, which that's bad. Thankfully, I've apologized, and it looks like things are going okay, but I'm not really doing a whole good job engaging with the audience, so I get the feeling I might delete my Discord server soon. So yeah, I'm not sure how to really go about improving my YouTube channel in general. Then again, going back to possibly gaining an audience that has a good level of respect and understanding that I was hoping for. Oh boy, where was I going with this? Dang it, I had that thought. Darn it, what was that thought? Oh, improving on my channel. Then again, during my Dark Cloud live streams, I was told that one person can't think of anything that I could improve on, which I guess I can take the silence and that into consideration, as I'm doing pretty good. I hope I'm doing good. YouTube got rid of the dislike icon in the YouTube studio, so I can't tell whether or not I am doing a good job. But again, seeing as how not much has changed in regards to Chrono Cross being a incomplete Let's Play, I guess a lot of you have a very, very good understanding, which thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah. I definitely don't like the way I ended Chrono Trigger. Especially that video happened in the midst of me trying to defeat Lavos, and I couldn't. I got a bad ending. It was an ending, but it's definitely not the ending I was hoping for, but I get the feeling the only way I could beat Lavos is if I'm not talking while I'm playing the game, since much like fighting Ozma in Final Fantasy IX, it requires full concentration. I was hoping that if I did complete Chrono Cross, and if it was not 100%, maybe 50% better than Chrono Trigger, then that would have given me the motivation to record the true ending for Chrono Trigger. That would have been cool. That was actually my hope when playing Chrono Cross. It would give me that motivation. But all this happened, and yeah. Well, it's getting close to dinner time, so I think I might stop. I might take a break, and then I'll come back and I'll view my YouTube channel once I return. So I'll see you in maybe the next 15 minutes. So be right back. Okay, my mic's working. Thank goodness. Oh, I forgot that I loaded my save right there. I'm not done with dinner yet. Yeah, I'm having leftovers. Yeah, what I'm eating right now is baked chicken and baked, sliced baked potatoes. I guess my own kind of French fries. As I mentioned before, I've been watching myself as to what I consume because, I mean, I may have a high metabolism, but my stomach is exactly not that big. But yeah, this is pretty much what I'm just going to have. Last meal for the day until tomorrow's afternoon dinner at my parents' place. I have no idea why my mic disconnected itself. While I was muted, no less. I tried changing a setting. I've mentioned this earlier. I tried changing a setting thinking that it would work. I guess not. Dang it. You know what's funny about the PlayStation 5? Unlike the PlayStation 4, where you can actually delete the autosaves that are saved into your PlayStation 4 storage, you can't really delete your autosaves in your storage of the PlayStation 5 at all, or at least not to my knowledge. If there is a way, I would like to know. Okay. Um, Before I view my YouTube channel and what I've done throughout the year, I'm going to give all of you a demonstration as to what on earth I have been trying to accomplish here in Kena Bridge of Spirits. Oh boy. Okay. Let's go. Okay, yeah, where I am right now is my last task is to go over here, I think. Unless it's located elsewhere. Which I am not seeing, but I could have sworn that my last task is all the way over here, unless there's more up ahead. But I'll worry about that later. Before I finish, yeah, there may be, again, there's a delay in between my audio and the game itself, so. Anyways. Okay, this is the last thing I need to do, the village leader trial, where I'm versing up against the warrior and the hunter. And, oh boy. After that, then I receive a hat for Arat and an outfit for Kena herself. Okay. I'm going to attempt this a few times. This is going to hurt. I really hope the volume isn't too loud. There we go. Okay. Got that, and you better shoot that arrow at me. Dang it! I mean, technically she did shoot the arrow at me. There we go. Okay. Oh, got you. Dang it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ugh. Okay. Clearly, it's thanks to one specific boss within the story that I had to learn how to parry his attacks, or else I wouldn't get anywhere in that fight. I think the same applies to this one, even though I don't remember parrying much of their attacks at all. All I did was simply jump and dodge. It's kind of hard considering that they keep barraging me with their own respective attacks, so it's kind of hard to pay attention. Dang it. Ah! So yeah, this setup is actually kind of borderline impossible. Hold it. Oh wait, I can't go into my menu, darn it. Where are you? Dang it. Shoot me again, please. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, you see, I'm trying to shoot his hat off, but 9 times out of 10, I can't seem to get it off of him. Dang it. Okay, I wasn't really kidding when I said it takes an awful long while. Oh, that would have been cool. Dang it. Ah. Man. Ah. Yeah, I can't really get the timing down. There we go. Oh boy. He's going to get me. Okay, come on. Shoot me again. There we go. Yeah, I didn't learn this trick on my own. I've learned it through a video I just watched recently. Oh, I can't. Okay. Nope. Okay. Better escape and grab some health, or else I'm dead. Oh, no, no, no! Woo! That was close. She's going to attack me. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Nope! Dang it. Oh. Oh, no. Ah, oh, man. Yeah, I can't, man. I can't. I can't with this fight. Ugh. Dang it. Shoot me again. There we go. Okay. Oh, man. Ugh. Get it. Oh, boy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Dang it. Yeah. This is, yeah, this is a bad fight. Like I said before, this is a great game, but the trials are by far the worst things. They're optional, but man, I want to get this done. Shoot his hat off, man, come on. Ah, man. Ouch. Yeah, they're really getting me. Yeah, this... I mean... Yeah, this kind of... I mean, I know it's not impossible, but the way it is now, it's impossible. I'm looking at the optional tasks you can do in this fight, and I'm thinking, who would ever do this while they're fighting these guys for the first time? I mean, I was able to get that down pat, thankfully. Oh boy. Shoot me, I dare you. Thank goodness. Yeah, I just want her gone. She's annoying. And it's impossible at this point, so I am... Oh, boy. Oh, what? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Ugh. Dang it! Ugh. Shoot me again, I dare you. There we go. Okay. Now this is going to be a very bad... Oh, wait. Hang on. I need to do this. Oh, man. That was close. Get it. Get it. Thank you. Dang it. I don't think I can... Yes, I can. I think I can parry those arrows. Hurry up. There we go. Oh, man. Come on. Okay. Okay. This is bad. There is no way I can survive this. Death is coming. Yep, death was indeed coming. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do in Kena Bridge of Spirits right now. Oh, man. Well, I guess I can... yeah, quit trial and reload this game whenever... Well, no. Let me go ahead and... Whoops, not what I meant. Yeah, just turn it off. Turn it off. Yep. Had to turn off the TV. Okay. Let me see. 2 hours and 17 minutes. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to go on my YouTube channel. Hold on a second. Let me switch perspectives. Hang on. Don't worry. I'm still here. So. Okay. And there we go. All right then. Here we are. My YouTube channel. So, what have I done this past singular solitary year? Well, apart from a few videos made for a look back on XenoRPG 10 years later, quite a lot actually. Started back by replaying Dark Cloud as a streaming series. Glad I was able to do that, even though near the tail end of that streaming series, I've been having internet issues left and right, and I had to finish this series off by premiering the final episode as if it was a stream. So, yeah, I mean, it was what it was. Thankfully, as mentioned before, I have better internet now. So, if I were to do a live streaming series again, such as that, I would. So, but I am glad to continue where I left off by playing Xenosaga Episode 2 for the PlayStation 2. Yep. I mean, I am glad with the way the structure of this playthrough flowed. The only issue is that production-wise, this was pretty much a play test as to how I was using DaVinci Resolve at that moment. So I do know I will not be playing another PlayStation 2 game until I eventually play Xenosaga Episode 3. So hopefully whatever I've learned throughout this time, I'll make sure to keep it all in mind. And just in case, okay. And I've also made a, actually I made these two, no, I had one playlist dedicated for all the live streams I've done after that point. So behind the scenes and hangouts were in one live stream, but during Final Fantasy, well, before Final Fantasy 9, actually, yeah, this is weird. I forgot how this all started, but eventually I put the hangout streams in one playlist and then put the behind the scenes into another playlist altogether. Which, as you could see some stuff I was interested in and still am. I did some level grinding behind the scenes in preparation for certain episodes, like in Xenosaga Episode 2. Had quite a lot of conversations here and there. Showed my game collections, my thoughts on certain games I've been playing, other games I've played. Discussing some things, and all that. Yeah. And then, the behind the scenes live streams. I've done Xenosaga Episode 2, Final Fantasy 7 just for that video alone, Final Fantasy 9, a few one-off videos, Eternal Sonata, including the episodes of how I record, as well as my final one, Chrono Cross. At that moment, I figured a lot of you got the gist on how I did things around here, so I left this playlist as finished. How's my microphone? Okay. And then I played Final Fantasy 9. And yeah, I will say, I am quite I am quite proud of this playthrough. I am glad I did pretty much the majority on what the game had to offer. Met a few people who watched this playthrough. Yeah. Again, this is my favorite Final Fantasy game as of right now. And after that, I was anticipating on playing Eternal Sonata after being recommended from an old friend of mine. Sadly, unfortunately, I do not like Eternal Sonata one bit. Well, that's a little bit strong. I did like a good handful of things this game had. The only downside I had was the gameplay, since it hurt me a lot more than it helped. But I am glad at the end of the day I got this playthrough finished. I do not plan on taking on the bonus dungeon during New Game Plus. Since the game frustrated me, no. I am good. And of course, you know how it all went in my playthrough of Chrono Cross. And as some of you know, I plan on playing Tales of Exillia Mila's scenario. And I'm working on it behind the scenes, but as you've seen earlier, I haven't really been delving into my production as of late, which if you've tuned into this live stream later, you now know why. But yeah, this is pretty much yeah, that 1 year later live stream I plan on is definitely null and void now that I've done it right here. So, yeah. All in all, I am glad that I came back to Let's Playing, and I don't really plan on stopping. I just need to be in a better headspace when continuing this. So, hopefully, depending on when I come back, hopefully I'll come back probably within a month or two. So either in August or September. I can't see myself not coming back after several months. So no, I can't see myself coming back after several months. So, but then again, like I said, one small step at a time, which is something I really need right now. So, yeah. Apart from that, that's it. I guess I'll close this and open this up. Yeah. Well, I guess that will be it for this live stream video on looking back on my incomplete playthrough of Chrono Cross, discussing why it ended the way it did, what my mind's going through recently, and seeing me playing a little bit of Kena Bridge of Spirits and looking back on my year of coming back on YouTube. So, yeah. And, yeah. Look forward to two videos this week, which will be a day in the life of a ZNRPG and the opening and prologue for Tales of Exilia. After that, I'll be stepping back. And hopefully I will come back in a month or two. So, we'll see. But any of you who have stumbled across my channel during that time and have continued to watch my content, even though I am sure that you probably haven't watched all of it. I mean, I get it. There are some games that you like more than others, but regardless, if you stumbled across my channel and have watched a good majority of my content, even the ones I've made early in my Let's Playing venture, thank you. I really appreciate it. And if you've liked this live stream video down the line, hopefully you've enjoyed it and have a good understanding. Like this video, like this live stream, leave a comment if you want to, and subscribe if you must. It will really help me out a lot. And as always, I will see you when I see you. My name is ZNRPG. Take care of yourselves out there. Stay safe. And I hope to be back soon. Bye for now.